Hi, and welcome back to Down the Shed with me, Jason, as you were. Another great day. Uh, REDCON-2, Rift Airsoft, Abingdon, r.i.f.t. Abingdon. That's the one on the map here. Love that place. It's a bit of a trek, a bit of a hoo-ha on the way home. Hit a bit of traffic, and then I decided to initiate a traffic stop on another driver because his driving was so bad he nearly hit 5 cars, swerving in and out of the lane. When the police did eventually arrive, he blew zero. I don't know how. That guy was, well, if he wasn't wasted, he was an old boy, 70 plus. But I just don't know what was going on with him. Excuse me. But if that's how he drives normally, I'm surprised he's got a 61 plate Jag and not a beaten up old flipping Ford Escort. Seriously, his driving was. My mate's got it on video. I'm going to upload. I'm going to edit it to take out the bits in between where he doesn't nearly cause accidents and just have his little fame moment. But the police are going to be requesting the video, a link to it. So it's on my mate's phone, so I'll have to help him sort that out. But yeah, absolutely atrocious. I can't believe it. So anyway, slideshow. Excuse me. Slideshow tomorrow for the Marshall's videos today. So today, £25 to club members, $22.50. I got myself a brand new CO2 magazine, KWC 1911. It slots straight in this guy. No BBs in it. I dumped the mags. Problem with pistols and gas mags. Well, rifles. The problem with gas magged weapons is you cock them the first time and obviously it's locked open because there's no BBs in it. Now, when you go to the safe zone, you drop the mag. The weapon can't be fired because the mag's out, the BBs are out, and the gas is out. Let's put that back in a minute. I doubt whether the camera is going to pick it up, but you can't see it because there isn't one in there. But if you look down into the chamber in there, when you drop a mag, in fact, I'll load one up, see if we can pick it up. So I glued the nozzle onto the end of this one. So this is 4 pistol mags. Slot it into the end. So if you don't glue it on, at this point you press the plunger. You press the plunger and it just pushes. Naughty. Nearly dropped everything else. There's one in there. So you'd normally press the plunger and it would just push this part away from this part with the pressure of the BBs. That'll do, when you want that many. So that's this piece. It just clips onto a speed loader. I kept this one as a spare. So we've got about 4 or 5 BBs in there. So I might have to get the torch as well. So you've loaded your mag, you've inserted your mag, you're going into the game area. You're coming out of the game area. So you drop your mag. Okay, it's so deep in there, I don't think it's going to pick up. But I don't know, can you just about see it? Can you just about see a BB in there? You can. You can just about make out the white sphere in the middle of all that black. So you now have a constantly loaded weapon. It's still loaded. It's not cocked. It is loaded. There is a projectile in the chamber. So how do you get rid of it? So I'm going to take the empty mag. Now, even if you have released, you don't need to reslide it. There's no BBs in there. In fact, if you do reslide it, it's just going to lock open because it's an empty mag. All you need to do is cock it. And then fire in the sleeping bag that acts as a doorway. Gun empty. So the only way to really empty these, if you don't want to piss around trying to get all the BBs out of one of these, is to dump the mag. So we're still cocked. Now I know the chamber's empty because I've just fired it off and it locked. So even though it's cocked, you just slide it. And then I'm going to dump into that sleeping bag, and then you'll see it lock open. I think there's like 3, 4, definitely 2. I think there's 3. There we go, 3, and lock open. So that's the brand new mag. You can see it's kind of a, it's not quite black, it's almost like a bronze. And there's the original mag, which is kind of similar colour to the base of the weapon. It's actually lighter. So if you saw the last video, I've repainted the slide silver, alloy wheel silver to be precise, but it's not staying that. Because I now, after having seen, and I miss my black Chucky where I painted, but having seen one in the magazine, one silver, one tan I think, and one black, the black one just looks so awesome. Why can't I get that out? I can do it in the bloody field, but I can't do it sat in the shed. There we go. So this bit's been painted along this side here. You can see where it's been going in and out of the plastic alloy max plastic pistol holder or holster, where it's been rubbing. That's why it's not too bad actually. Oh, there's some along the top there, along the top edge. So that will happen on the black as well. But the good thing is when it does, it gives it some genuine, honest wear that you cannot put on the gun. You can make things look like they're old, worn, or used, you know, brand new, distress it or whatever. But that's genuine wear. I mean, that's only the stuff you can get from slinging it in and out of a plastic holster or putting it down on different texture surfaces. So I'll strip this down. Trying to figure out, is it the, yeah. So the barrel assembly has the bit that sits in there. So I might just stick with some sort of tradition and do that, the alloy wheel silver, to give it that kind of, the one I've seen is black and silver in there. I don't want that black as well because, you know, it's part of a real 911 for the ejection, obviously, of the shells or the casings. So it's silver and then all black on the standardized version. So we'll go with that with this one. So I don't know whether to start it tonight or not. I might just pull this apart and give it a bit of a rub down. I did have some. If not, I'll get some off my mate tomorrow at the garage. And I might even take it over to the garage and do it actually. You might have some nice paints. This is definitely going to go black. So all of this will go black. Obviously the whole side of the slide, the whole top of the slide, the barrel there, that will be silver. I might even get an actual like chromey paint, use that. Both of these mags will stay pretty much as they are, but I will do the bottoms so when they're in the gun they match. It all looks so good in the case together. The grips will obviously come off. I might just take those off in a minute. The grips will come off and then I shall mask along these two rails, I think, and the hole inside of here, obviously. Don't want anything going in there. Not that there's a lot to actually do any harm to. I mean, technically, all the gassy stuff's in here. There's the exit nozzle. So we've masked the top of those off as well. And this bit here. And this will be getting masked. All this will come out. All the barrel and everything. All that will come out. And we'll be left with that. I don't want to take that out. I could, but I don't want to. I'm just going to leave it exactly where it is. Yeah, that's all right. It's lubed enough because it's moving nicely. So the barrel does have this bit. That's the outer barrel. So we'll mask off. How much of the barrel we're going to see? So we're actually going to see quite a bit of the barrel. We're going to see that much. And obviously we're going to see the back of the barrel because that's that bit there. I can hear noises outside. Could have been fireworks. So yeah, that's the back of the barrel. So the whole barrel assembly, outer barrel assembly, is going to have to be resprayed to give the right finish. So that'll be the alloy wheel silver. But I'll see if my mate's got any decent silver, that shiny silver. But we've got to be careful with the amount of paint we put on, hence masking down in and around these slides here, because I don't want to get any paint build up in there, because then we'll have to either sand it down or keep racking until we get a nice fluid function. Bearing in mind, every layer of paint I put on adds microns of thickness, so you can degrade the integrity of the motion. So let's put this back on for a minute. I might have those grips off in a minute and have a look at them, but I'll do that off camera. So take down pin, get the small hole above the big hole there, and then slide the pin in like so. And then let's put the empty mag in. The front slot there will be the mag lock and release. And there is gas in there. So just to show you it does actually work as it should do. Oh well, you've actually seen it work as it should do. But yeah, hopefully this is going to be all black with the alloy silver or proper silver finish on the barrel, and the wood grips or the fake plastic, or the plastic fake wood grips will remain as they are for now, because it does look good with the brown against the black. But I do want to get some proper wood ones at some point, because I love this gun, and until the day it dies, this gun is going to be my main weapon. Love 1911s. Classic 1911. Absolutely gorgeous weapon. In BB, in real, or whatever. I mean, these are 4.5 ACP, automatic cold projectile. Which is bigger than 9mm. So everyone who thinks 9mm is bigger than 0.45, 9mm like 0.35 if you go, because one's in imperial and one's in metric. I'm not even going to guess which is which. Actually, metric is American, so that'll be 9mm, I think, because imperial would be liters and kilometers. So I'm going to go with inches on that. Probably wrong. 50-50 chance of getting it wrong. So I'll probably definitely get it wrong. But yeah, standard is 0.45, but you can actually get these. In fact, there's a murder trial on YouTube at the moment, Law and Crime Network. George Wagner IV, and one of the weapons used was a .22 1911. So one of these with basically the little tiny weeny brass cartridges used to shoot at the fairground or whatever. 2.2 long rifle. That's what these can go down as far as 2.2 long rifle. So thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow we shall have the slideshow, Tuesday at the latest, depends what time I get to the pictures. And then at some point in the week we'll have a sketchy, or depends where I do it actually, when and how. Sometimes I just crack on with things and there's nothing left of video apart from the finished product. So yeah, that's my plans for this. It's going to go all black apart from the grips, which are brown, and the barrel, which is either going to be alloy wheel silver or actual silver. I could get a chrome repaint, but if I do that, it'll be at the end of the week because I ain't got any money. I've got some gold in Lidl's at the moment, shiny gold. Don't do it. Wrong, all levels. This is going to be a stealthy, tactical, gorgeous. Thank you, phone. Thank you, watch. Darren, he's got 60. He's just bought a shitload of BBs, whole box, and he's now got 60,000 BBs. Why? I bought 3,000 today. I think I've finished off, well, not even finished off the last 300 or 400 I had from last game. I took up a few defensive positions. I didn't wear my vest, so I only had this jacket on. So I do need to come up with a new camera mount idea. Depending on what monies I can get in over the next few weeks, I am looking at spending out £600 on, quite possibly, not definitely, a Yukon Photon night vision digital video camera scope thingy. So basically I'll be using, it works in day as well, so you get a black and white image, but the one I saw some guy had today, he let us see it. It's a color image, it was magnified, it was absolutely brilliant. Just, oh mate. And you can record with these things, so you're still, or I'll still be looking for the second option of having, I've done something now, there it is, of having a second camera. So when you're moving around, if the gun's pointing down or across, you're not just filming grass over there. And when the action is happening over there, the only really good footage you're going to get is when you're actually aiming and shooting. So unless you walk around like this all the time, you're not going to get half the footage. But it is a great medium for shooting the rats in my garden at night because it's night vision, and for recording day games as well as night games. I think of the night games you could record with that. Be awesome. So I'm just trying to figure out how I put this away earlier, because it went in here really peachy, all this stuff together. There we go. Oh, we're loving it, loving it, loving it. I hate doing this because it's base BBs. Yes, 3 BBs, 4 BBs. They all add up over years. 3 here, 4 there. Every time you unload the bloody rifle, 4 fall out. So if I can hold this up to the camera without it falling out, what we have in this lovely pistol case is normally 4 CO2 shells, but I've only got 3 by the look of it. 2 pre-gassed magazines, and it's good to keep that in there because it keeps the seals moist. The new one has probably had a couple of 3 mags out of it. This one's probably on its way out pretty soon or imminently. But there's no way, even if you're using 1 mag, unless you're just predominantly playing with pistol, you won't use one of those on 2 games. If you use it as a secondary, or in a tight area like you would normally with a pistol or secondary weapon, then you're not going to use one of these over 2 games, if not more. The most use I took out of this one today was chronoing and mag dumping at the end of the day, which is what I spoke about earlier, getting the BB out of the chamber. but it does all, and the Allen keys in the Allen keys between the speed loader and this bit of plastic here. But I think you'll agree. No, one slipped. Never mind. I think you'll agree that actually, if I pull this round here, there we go. Move the camera. So I think you'll agree that is a nice little setup. We've got our spare nozzle at the top, original mag, spare mag, speed loader, spare CO2 cartridges, and I think you're just about to see in there. There we go. That's the Allen key for changing the CO2 in these bad boys. So I've seen these online for about, I think it was 35 or 45 quid. I think it could have been as much as 45 quid for one KWC magazine. £45 for a mag. I paid 150 for the gun. Apparently you can find them for about a one-er. So let's say around 100 quid. So 45 quid for one magazine, in my book, is a bloody travesty and a blooming liberty. 25 quid, Rift Airsoft. KWC 1911 CO2 mags, £25. Oh, I'm a club member, £22.50. So just bear that in mind if you're in the market for a 1911 CO2 magazine. KWC, if it's compatible with your 1911, will fit. Now, I saw on Vanquish Airsoft YouTube channel, I'm looking for the other, completely useless, but I made the effort, officer. In fact, when they found out we played airsoft, BB guns, didn't even ask to look at them. They had a look around the car just so the other guy didn't feel he was being picked on. You know, they like, well, we're going to look at his car as well as yours. Torch in the back, gun cases, rifle cases. Didn't bat an eyelid. Walk around in public with one, you're in shit street. Do not do that. You will get shot. Unless it's Wiltshire police, and they probably wouldn't be able to figure out what a gunman was or what he looked like. Freaking idiots. Which reminds me, we must put in a compo claim for unlawful arrest and detention. But that's a whole different story. And if I do there's a complaint in at the moment, if that does go my way, I will share all the details with you, and even some of the footage that I have. Obviously, I don't have access to the police mobile phone videos that they had, to them. But that's all they were interested in. They're supposed to, under the Freedom of Information or something Act, they have to investigate all. Hello, dude. I just noticed a message. Yeah, they have to investigate all and every avenue of evidence before they charge a suspect. So based on 2 videos and in my recorded videoed interview, I did state, and it said it in the charge court paperwork, you get a transcript of the entire recorded interview. And in that interview, I say, we have CCTV evidence that Mr. Evans was assaulted on a number of times before what kicked off. So basically, if the guy who was off his tits on ketamine, he's well known for it, not going to name names. Yeah. The guy who kicked off and was aggressive and was part of the brawl didn't get arrested. Now, when you see these TV programs where they set all these little scenarios up, because believe me, they're only trying to make them look good. They're not trying to show you what really goes on. They're trying to make them look good. Remember, it's not a police force. It's enforcement officers. They enforce the law. They force. Police force. It's all in the wording. Anyway, when they normally turn up to a brawl and somebody's going, whoa, I wasn't involved. They're like, no. Everyone's nicked. We'll figure out who, what, where, and we'll get rid of the ones that we don't need. So how did one person not get arrested? He even refused to press charges against us three. As I said, a brawl took place. He even refused and had to sign the officer's pocketbook to say that, which is why they couldn't basically charge us for it. And evidence that I did supply them with in the form of a note, which again I'm not going to go into, it may happen at a later stage, that'd be quite a good video actually, was handed. Again, I have it on camera that the note, which there is a photograph of, was handed to the police. He put it in his pocketbook, and when he got to the station it wasn't there. Seriously? You got it coming, Wiltshire Police. I want money. You owe me money. 2.5 hours in handcuffs, really tight behind the back, and 8.5 hours in police custody. It's not going to be a good day for them, I don't think. Anyway, I'm pretty much done here. The gun's going to change colour. There's a slideshow coming tomorrow, Tuesday, whatever time Tony manages to get them up. If it's early enough for me to be bothered to put it into the software, then I'll get it sorted out. Takes me quite a while to put that little thing together, because sometimes I move pictures. I may go back through some old pictures that I've kept hold of. I don't normally keep them. Once the video's made, everything's disposed of usually. Saves space, storage space, and clutter. But sometimes I might throw 2 or 3 hit photos in of me or somebody else, because it just lengthens out the last post bit. And every time I put that last post with the hits in a video, I get copyrighted but no claim, because the household cavalry site I get it off, it's supposed to be free, but I'm going to ask them for some sort of license permission, I think, because when I do get monetized in about 2033, I don't want to be giving somebody else money for my videos. That's not on. I've just noticed all of these Rift Airsofts in the background. We're not endorsed, I'm not sponsored, I'm not supported in any way by these guys. Every Sunday that I play, I pay them my £25, the same as every other member. Every time I play, I pay £8 for my .25 BBs, the same as every other member. If I buy grenades, I pay the same as every other member. If I buy things from them, I get the same 10% as every other member. So in no way, for doing all of this, do I get any special or preferential treatment. I'm special, I don't need preferential treatment. So these are going to have to go, that one, these are going to have to go on the car again, I think. They were hanging up in here since the World Cup. There's a cobweb on that one. So yeah, that all kicked off today, so I think it might be time that the flags went back on the car. I've got some magnetic ones for the door shields as well. I might put one of them on each. I had 4, but I'm not going to tart this one up like I did the Astra. We'll just make a small effort. Anyway, you have a good one. Jace, I reckon that's you. Take care. And I'll see you all in the next one.